Okay, so in this video, we're going to do a quick comparison of home versus commercial voice data wiring. We're just going to talk about it in terms of voice right now. So let's say, if you don't recognize this, this is a house, and this would be like a building with offices, office building, businesses. All right. So here, this little pipe here is our conduit that carries our cable that come in from our leg. They come in, and the D mark would be here, located in here in the MDF. Um, so let's stop there for a second and go over to home, because this is our focus and this is what our whole series is about. But I wanted to do a comparison with the home to so we can look at some of the differences. Okay, so over here, this is where our cable comes in for the home, and this is our D mark. It might be outside. A lot of times it's outside on the side of the wall. It might be inside, but you have a D mark somewhere, and let's say you have one phone number that comes in, or a DSL connection. Let's say you have a phone number. A lot of people don't have home phones, but let's say you do, just to demonstrate the wiring. So these little boxes here are different jacks that's located in different rooms of the house, and the cabling would be run through the walls, through the little space here in the ceiling, through the attic, and so forth. They would drill holes through little crevices and run the cables where you're not able to see them. So anyway, let's say we're connecting a phone. It has the same number. It's in all the rooms, and these are the jacks. So if this is our DMARC connection, and these little circles are different jacks where we're gonna connect phones, it's wired on the home side in a house in like this. This one connects to this one, this one connects to this one, this one connects to this one, this one connects to this one. So it's basically wired in series in such a manner. In a business, it's wired a little differently. But let's talk a little more about it real quickly. So this is our MDF, which stands for our main distribution feed. This would be usually on the first floor or in the basement if you live in an area that has basements. But let's say it's on the first floor. We're in Florida. So let's say it's on the first floor here. You have the conduit bringing in our circuits from our provider. They're terminated on the D mark, and you have different floors. Now, the way that a lot of these buildings are wired, each floor has, some people call it home run, or some people call it horizontal cabling. But basically, from, let's say, all the jacks on this floor would go up through the walls, run through the ceilings, let's say, and terminate here in a closet on the same floor. That's usually how you would see it, but I've seen I've seen different things, so you gotta pay attention. So anyway, these cables here would go up here, run this way, terminate here, go up here, and this is all the horizontal cabling or the home run. And then you would have these other cables that run from this closet to this closet. These are our risers or vertical cabling that go from here to here, from here to here, and from here to here to connect, stuff here. So you might have a switch here, a switch here, a switch here, and a switch here, and a cable connecting this switch to this switch, and this switch to this switch, and so forth, and everybody will be patched in. You will have let's say this is our analog phone connection, like we had over here coming in. The if we wouldn't have the same connection. Usually you would have like a phone, it wouldn't be the same as a home where on each jack you're gonna connect, have the same thing on each jack. It's gonna be different. So the way that this type of setup is wired in a way, from like this, you have a separate run for each. Looks more parallel. And That's a fundamental difference, I think, between the two. There's more differences, obviously. The type of cabling and the type of uh, equipment that you'll see that will terminate the cable and things like that. You probably won't find this in a home. But anyway, those are the main differences. You have the IDF, you have the MDF, which is the main distribution feed. You have IDF, which is intermediate distribution feed, and you have horizontal wiring and vertical wiring.